Some celebrities have earned a serious reputation for difficulty among their co-stars, so much so that other actors don't ever want to work with them again. From simple personality conflicts to deranged name-calling and everything in between, let's take a look at some of the most infamous co-star beefs and how they got started. Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. When Jim Carrey starred as the Riddler in Batman Forever, he was at the height of his comedic career. But his co-star Tommy Lee Jones, who played Harvey Dent, was definitely not a fan of Carrey's slapstick style. Director Joel Schumacher confirmed that Jones had something of an attitude on set, telling Entertainment Weekly, "Jim Carrey was a gentleman, and Tommy Lee was threatened by him. I'm tired of defending overpaid, overprivileged actors." The night before filming a scene together, Carrey and Jones ran into each other at a restaurant. When Carrey approached Jones's table to say hello, he didn't get quite the greeting he expected. Carrey told Howard Stern that he got up kind of shaking and hugged me and said, "I hate you. I really don't like you." And I was like, "Wow, what's going on, man?" And he said, "I cannot sanction your buffoonery."
Very few people are both a summer and a winter, but you pull it off nicely.
Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds. Reading Patton Oswalt's account of his time on the set of 2004's Blade Trinity is arguably far more interesting than watching the movie itself. According to Oswalt, director David S. Goyer shouldn't be blamed for the way the movie turned out, as he spent half of his time dealing with the erratic behavior of leading man Wesley Snipes.
And you'd walk by his trailer and this wall of pot stench would just be like, whoa, and kind of push you to the side.
He also claimed Snipes tried to strangle the director at one point, which led to Goyer hiring a bunch of bikers as bodyguards. According to Oswalt, that freaked Wesley out so much that for the rest of the production, he would only communicate with the director through Post-it notes, and he would sign each Post-it note "From Blade." It wasn't just Goyer that Snipes clashed with, however. The mercurial action star also failed to get along with co-star Ryan Reynolds, apparently refusing to even call him by his name. Reynolds laughed when asked if he would ever consider reuniting with Snipes for a fourth Blade movie, answering with an emphatic no. Will Smith and Janet Hubert. If you're a dedicated Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan, you're probably aware that the actress who played Aunt Vivian was replaced halfway through the series, but you might not know why. Janet Hubert portrayed Aunt Viv on the show until 1993, when she was replaced with Daphne Reid, who continued in the role until Fresh Prince ended its run in 1996. According to accounts from show insiders and even Hubert herself, Smith and his other co-stars were needlessly cruel to her on the set. For his part, Smith knocked down Hubert's allegations in a 1993 interview with an Atlanta radio station, claiming she had a bad attitude while filming and adding, "No matter what, to her, I'm just the Antichrist." In 2011, Hubert fired back, telling TMZ that she'd never work with Smith again. Tom Sizemore and Val Kilmer. Throughout the 90s, Tom Sizemore's star was on a meteoric rise in Hollywood, thanks in particular to his roles in great dramatic films like 1995's Heat, which he featured in alongside Val Kilmer. But when Kilmer and Sizemore reunited 5 years later on the set of Red Planet, things weren't so rosy. Reportedly, Kilmer was upset when he learned that the production had paid to ship Sizemore's exercise equipment to Australia, where filming was taking place. According to Sizemore's memoir, By Some Miracle I Made It Out of There, a shouting match erupted which ended with Tom throwing a 50-pound weight at Kilmer. Later, a producer asked Sizemore to avoid hitting Kilmer in the face when they got into their next fight. Tom complied, dutifully slugging Kilmer in the chest and telling him, "I'm never going to another planet with you again." Time heals all wounds, however, and the two former co-stars had finally buried the hatchet as of 2014. Robert Downey Jr. and Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard has never been shy about discussing his falling out with Iron Man co-star Robert Downey Jr. In 2013, Howard appeared on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live, discussing the three-picture deal which the studio had originally offered him.
They came to me with the second and said, "Look, we will pay you 1/8 of what we contractually had for you."
He went on to put the blame firmly on Downey's shoulders.
And I called my friend that I helped get the first job, and he didn't call me back for 3 months.
It would take another 3 years for the pair to finally patch up their differences when they reunited at the 2016 wedding of director Brian Grazer.